Hello dear students, welcome to this video lecture on session number 44 where we are discussing William Shakespeare's play King Lear. So the main objective behind this session is to understand the plot of King Lear in brief, very short. So before we look into the play, the plot of the play, let's try to understand various sources from which Shakespeare has drawn inspiration to write this play King Lear. We must know that before Shakespeare wrote his version of this play, there was an earlier anonymous play with the same title King Lear, which was written in the year 1590. The other important source is from Holinshed Chronicles, which was written by Raphael Holinshed. The other source is from a version of a tale from A Mirror of Magistrate, which was a collection of poems written during Tudor dynasty. The subplot which you see in this play is taken from Philip Sidney's Arcadia. So let's look into the plot, the story in brief. So what happens in the play? That the aged king Lear, he decides to share his kingdom between his three daughters, Regan, Goneril and Cordelia. And after doing that, he wanted to spend his remaining years in their courts. So the technique he devised for to do this is to allow his three daughters to flatter him with their kind words and their words of love and gratitude towards him. But what happens is that, contradictory to his expectation, his youngest and favorite daughter, Cordelia, she refuses to earn her share of kingdom by joining her sisters Goneril and Regan in an exaggerated declaration of love for their father, that is flattery. So this is something unexpected for the aged king Lear. He was expecting his favorite daughter to please him with her words of flattery, but she refuses to do that. So what happens because of that? That he gets angry, and Lear divides the entire kingdom between his two eldest daughters, and Cordelia, without giving any part of the kingdom, is married to king of France. So what happens next? He was expected to lead his remaining years in the courts of his eldest daughters, Regan and Goneril, but on the contrary, he meets with hostility at his eldest daughter's court, which results in him getting angry. He rants against them and he rages out into a storm and is accompanied by his jester, that is, Fool, and his loyal Duke of Kent. He tries beyond to understand or comprehend the situation, where he tries to strengthen himself, but on the other hand, he loses control over his mind and he goes mad. What happens in the next part of the play, that Goneril, Regan and Regan's husband, that is the Duke of Cornwall, they hear that the French army has landed at Dover and Lear would meet Cordelia there. So this is a very significant part in the story. When Cordelia comes to know that her elder sisters, Goneril and Regan, they have dejected her father and they are not treating him properly, she wanted to help Lear, and that is why she joins hands with her husband and she takes French army and they want to meet Lear near Dover so that they can wage war against Goneril, Regan and their husbands and again restore the earlier pride of King Lear. What happens is that the Duke of Gloucester, another loyal person to King Lear, he himself was troubled by the Duke of Cornwall, where when he assisted King Lear during French invasion, he was blinded and tortured by Duke of Cornwall. And he does that with the help of Gloucester's son himself, a bastard son, Edmund, who also becomes lover of villainous sisters in the later part of the play. So what happens in the next part of the play is that King Lear, who has become mad, and blind Gloucester, who had been made blind by the plot by Mr. Cornwall, they meet near Dover, and war takes place. But unfortunately, the French army is defeated in Dover, and Lear and Cordelia, they both are arrested. And Edmund, the bastard son of Gloucester, he orders that Lear should be put to death. But after doing that, he himself is killed by his legitimate brother Edgar, who till then he exiled himself in the name of or he pretended himself to be a lunatic in the name Tom O. Bedlam. So he does that. Tom O. Bedlam, that is Edgar, he disguises himself as a madman and calls himself as Tom O. Bedlam so that he can accompany both Gloucester and King Lear so that he can protect them when time arrives. So, what happens in the last part of the play, when Edmund has already given order to execute Cordelia, as a result of that, Cordelia has already been, she was hanged by then, and Lear, in the last part of the play on the stage, he brings the dead body, the corpse of his daughter, and he also makes dying confession and asserting that she is still alive. King Lear, he also dies on the last part of the play. So, this is the plot of King Lear in brief. We will be looking into the story, the play, act by act, and scene by scene in the next sessions. So, what you can do is go through these multiple choice questions which are given here and try to answer them. Thank you.